Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and this is gonna be kind of a boring one, but we do have a little bit to talk about that I know people are going to want to know. So we have just the patch for this weekend, and there really isn't anything except for two banners. We'll just scroll past the story. We all know that. We've seen it last year. Same thing. Farm catalysts, usually. Some people aren't even farming the catalysts anymore. But these are the things that are important. We have drop rate up for Bastion of Perlucia and Lilias. And we have drop rate up for Haste and Rihanna and Luciella. Two people that are... Actually, I'm not gonna lie. One banner that's good and one that is not good. You can pretty much guess that Haste is probably the not so good one right now. And Lilias is just fantastic. But we're in a weird situation now where we're getting a new... summer event soon, and there's very likely going to be a new summer unit. I'm not saying there will be, but there theoretically should be, unless Epic 7 doesn't like money, and I'm pretty sure they're a big fan of money. So this is a tough one because Lilias is honestly one of my favorite units to use, and not only one of my favorite units to use, but probably one of my what's the word for this, like one of my highest win rates, highest win percentage units. So like when I pull Lilias out, there's a good chance I'm winning. She's just so stable. She's so helpful in PvE and PvP and arena and RTA and Guild War offense and Guild War defense. Literally everywhere. She's just one of the best units right now, and I think like one of the best people to have on a roster. So it's really tough to tell people to skip Lilias because of that, because she's just so fantastic. I've had her at plus 15 since day one, basically. The second I saw her kit, specifically just this and this, I was so impressed, and I definitely overlooked this at the start, and I thought she was still amazing with this not being the greatest, but it turned out to be amazing all around. These are the stats I'm running. You can build her a ton of different ways. I like speed boots, I like HP rings, I like HP necks, and I like just a mix of everything in between. If you can get some effectiveness, that's fine, but like, let's be real, she doesn't really have the best room for that. You can honestly go crit rate, crit damage builds if you want to. Get a little bit more defense is great as well, but she's so tanky just naturally. It feels with her barrier and everything that she doesn't need the highest defensive stats. Also, she's one of my best counters to a lot of the meta units. Like, answering Bazaar is a good way to have Lilias. Sure, there's still a chance you just randomly get bodied, but you still have that 50-50 to just win right off the bat there. Also very good against somebody like a Charles too. Just an overall amazing unit. I really, really love her. So I'm having a hard time right now. I don't know what to say to y'all, because if you summon for Lilias and you go to pity and then you don't have enough to pity the summer unit, you're probably in a bad spot and you should rather have the summer unit. But it's so hard to let Lilias pass you by. I just absolutely flipping love her. You've seen so much use of her from me. You can also build a really high ER, so if you miss that 50-50 chance with the Bazaar, you still have the ER to go by too. She uses a ton of different knight artifacts really well. She uses Aureus, she uses Adamant Shield, she uses Bastion of Perlucia as well. And speaking of Bastion of Perlucia, that's the artifact that's gonna go along with this hero. This is something I used on my Lilias pretty much up until like a week or two ago, and then I switched to Adamant Shield. Where am I? Why am I in the hero journal? Artifact journal, Perlucia. Anyway, you know what it does. It gives somebody a barrier at the start of the battle. It's a really good artifact for specific things. It's not good on every team, which is why I ended up switching to Adamant Shield, but I used it so much to protect somebody like my SSB or my Violet or my Arbiter Vildred or something like that. And for the other banner, we have Haste and we have RNL. Two things you can definitely live without right now. RNL is one of those artifacts that they just refuse to put in the powder shop, but I don't think it's really necessary. You know, like I've got a couple people I've actively used RNL on in the past, like Baiken. I don't even know who else I've used it on, and I have mine at plus 27, I think, or even max right now. And while it's a great unit, there's just other options. Specifically, something like a Moonlight Dreamblade is usually good on Thieves. So I would definitely say you should probably be skipping the Haste. I love Haste. I love the VA. Abby Trott is amazing, but I just don't feel like he does anything right now. And also, I don't think RNL is a necessary unit to have or a necessary artifact to have. There's just like nobody who needs it, you know? Like if you have ML Ken, you kind of need the Sigurd Scythe. There's nobody that I feel really needs the RNL. I'm currently using mine on my ML Rin, but like that's not a necessity by any of the stretch of the imagination. I don't have him built really, but if I was going to build my Haste, I'd build him with lots of attack, lots of speed, lots of everything basically. Another real stat hungry unit. So long story short, I'm not sure what to say here because I'm having such a tough time telling people to not summon for Lilias because she's just the cornerstone of everything I do. Every PvE, every abyss, every literal everything. She's one of my like auto includes for everything, and especially when you include something like the what's it called, the weekly hall or bi-weekly hall of trials. Definitely amazing there. And you do have an alternative in the case of Raz now, but I don't think he's as good for what I use my Lilias for. So I definitely think it's going to be hard to pass Lilias. I wish I could give you a solid answer. If I was without Lilias here, I would definitely summon for her just because of knowing what she's done for my account. And then I would try to get lucky on the summer banner, and if I didn't get lucky on the summer banner that's coming, then I would just like cry a little bit. But you can always pull out your wallet if that happens, but you never know. So yeah, I'm just talking in circles, so I'm just going to stop talking now. There's not really much else to say. Lilias is amazing. You should get her, but be wary of what's coming. I cannot say this enough. So many people like shock Pikachu faced when SSB came out. After I've been saying, be careful, SSB is coming soon for like 2 months now. You can't do that. So if you summon for Lilias and then they release a new limited 5-star water unit that's really good, like Seaside Araminta, you can't shock Pikachu face, okay? You're not allowed. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody!